Hello, it's Classy here, and I'm back with another Tribes video. Today we're going to be discussing different frames and my tips and tricks to get a rainbow frame in your server. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about what frames are. If you go into the little trophy icon at the top of the screen and then click on Shinobi Power Rankings, you can see the current Shinobi that are in a power ranking event. There'll be a new event every new banner, and it includes all of the units that are featured in that banner. So the Itachi and Sasuke from this new banner will be in the power rankings. And basically how power rankings work is at the end of the power ranking, if you have the highest Shinobi, then you'll be getting the rainbow frame. If you have the second place, you'll get the gold frame, third place silver, and then so on. And a lot of people like to get the top 3 frames in order to show off to their friends and their server mates. So as you can see, the last event I had was with Sasori and Deidara, and I was able to get top 3 frames for them. So I'll be showing you guys the tips and tricks that I used. So the first thing we're going to do is go to my Shinobi list, and you'll notice that the current power my Shinobi have are much higher than what was shown on the leaderboard ranking. And the reason is because that there are certain stat boosts in the game that aren't counted, and most of these stat boosts are from here. So training stones, shrines, and gamma prayers give boosts to all Shinobi you own, and none of those power boosts are included in the rankings. So what are included in the rankings? Obviously the level of the Shinobi, and all of the skills levels. Each time you upgrade a skill, you'll have a slight power increase. The gear, you always want to be maxing out your gear also to the highest level cap. Scrolls and talismans give a pretty good increase in power because they scale off of percentage. For vitality, the 4th vitality is the one that gives power because it increases your Shinobi HP. None of the other vitalities will increase power. And also promotion. Those are the basic things you want to be doing, just like for any other Shinobi. And due to the nature of how Shinobi can only be leveled to your player level, if you want to be going for a top 3 frame, you should be within like 3 levels of the highest player in your server who's also going for the frame at the same time, because it will be really hard to catch up to somebody who has a big level gap over you. And the reason is because at different levels they'll unlock promotion tiers. So for example, I believe at level 70 there was a promotion tier. So at level 70 I was able to promote to tier 15, but if you want to promote to tier 16 you have to be level 75, like I did for my Sasori. So if I was a level 70 player going up against level 75 players, it would be hard for me to overtake them because they have extra promotion tiers they can go through. And this also counts for gear also. As you can see, the next promotion tier for my gear are all at level 77. Same thing with scrolls, so it would be more difficult to go against somebody who has those unlocked but you don't. Now another important thing that people tend to overlook are link bonuses. Every Shinobi has different link bonuses with the other characters, and you can read that it gives plus 20% to attack, defense, and HP. And this is actually a pretty significant increase in power. So, for example, this season I was going against people who didn't pull Datara, so I already had a pretty significant advantage because I did, and I got a plus 20% increase to my Datara's attack. Now, speaking about that, attack, defense, and HP are all factors in calculating power. I won't go into the specifics right now. You can definitely ask me because I know the specific number conversions, but I will say that attack is by far the most important stat when calculating power, followed by defense and then HP. And besides that, there's not really much else to talk about for the basic upgrades. You just want to be maxing out your Shinobi, including limit breaks also, because those boosts all your stats. And also your 4th vitality. Make sure you get link bonuses, and then level your Shinobi as you would level any of your main characters. Now, there are some other tricks that you can use, and this includes awakening. In order to awaken a gear, you have to have awakening orbs, and the way you get these orbs can be through blessing packs, which I'll show later, the arena, different events, and it's a really good idea to save them because they'll be useful if you want to go for a power ranking anytime. So yeah, so for example, my Datara has awakening scrolls on him, and that gave a pretty significant increase to his power. Same thing for my pain. I used 3 awakening scrolls each, and that gave me a really significant boost because at that time I was definitely over 3 levels behind the top 1, so I had to go to drastic measures to be able to win this. Scrolls and talismans definitely give the most, probably over 1,000 power each for every awakening. Gear doesn't really give that much. It just costs 1 orb. You don't have to get awakening scrolls like these, but each gear probably gives like 100 to 200 power, but it can be useful if you need a little bit to push over the edge. Now I'll show you how you can get some awakening material. So basically the blessing level increases every time you spend Shinobi coins. It can be spending them by summoning or basically anything in the game. And once you unlock certain levels to your Shinobi blessing, then they'll unlock special purchases in the shop. And you can see here at level 6 and level 7, which is pretty easy to hit because you're always spending Shinobi coins to pull and do other things. They'll give you a lot of awakening orbs, and these gold boxes are the ones that give you the scroll that you can use to awaken. And same thing for this one gives you 2, and also SR weapon frags. Awakening scrolls have different types, so you have to be careful about which scroll you pick when you unlock the box. So you can see Datara's has endurance, Sasori has renewal, and there's like a lot of different types, so make sure when you open the box after buying the blessing pack that you read carefully and pick the right type, because if you mess it up then you'll be losing out on a significant amount of power. And I also mentioned the SR weapon frags. That's used for weapon awakening, but it really won't be useful because when a new character comes out, you can't get their weapon frags from that box. It also only works for SRs. But if you want to awaken a weapon, which gives a significant power increase, then you have to get their frags from sealed ninja toolboxes. But if there is a character in the power ranking that was not released during that current banner, then you can get their weapon frags and you can awaken them and actually give a good amount of power, but prefer scrolls and talismans. And besides that, just try to keep up with the highest level players in your server. Try to join an alliance with them together so you can talk to them, because some people don't really care about the frames that much for a specific character, so you can definitely ask them to hold off and they'll be able to do so for you. It's a lot better to communicate with other players instead of spending more resources to power level one of your characters. And yeah, that's it for the video.